Broadcasting from the Evergreen Media Network studios in Vero Beach, Florida. It's Huntin with Heather.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Huntin with Heather. I am your host, Heather Hawk. This is season 2, episode 13. If you're new, welcome. This show is dedicated to all those who love to hunt, love the outdoors, and those who want to learn more. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or a green hunter, this show is going to be packed full of information. We're going to talk deer, turkey, and everything in between. And of course, you can't forget about those stories, the stories that keep us coming back for more. So grab a seat, sit back, and let's talk hunting. Before I introduce my guest today, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Jake Witt with State Farm. If you're looking for an agent with a hometown feel, if you want to feel more than just a number, call Jake. If you are looking for, you're in the market of maybe new insurance policy or even a life insurance policy, call him. It costs you nothing to find out what he can offer. And I guarantee you he can offer something that's worth saving you money. And definitely on the life insurance, reach out to him. You can reach him at 772-500-5253. All right, guys. So today we're going to talk turkey. And this is probably turkey. If anybody knows me, turkey season is probably by far my favorite part of hunting season, although I love it all. Turkey is the most exciting to me. That's what I believe. There's just something about that elusive turkey and chasing it. And so for you that are listening or watching, and maybe you have never turkey hunted, or maybe you're new to hunting, I'm going to give you a little bit educate you a little bit on the wild turkey, okay? So with the wild turkey, there's different subspecies of turkeys. And what you'll find is there's the Osceola turkey. You can only find the Osceola turkey is found in the Central and South Florida. So that's a very elusive bird. Then you have the Eastern wild turkey, which is most common. It is the most common species. It is found in 38 states and some Canadian provinces. They are mainly found east of the Mississippi River. Then you have the Merriam wild turkey, found in many states west of the Missouri River. This subspecies has a lower population than the eastern wild turkey. And then you have the Rio Grande wild turkey, which is found from Kansas to Texas and Washington and California. So those are the 4. And then there's also a gold turkey, which is not gold, but gold. It's Gould. That one's found in the southern parts of Arizona and New Mexico, and then, of course, central to northern Mexico. Then you have the ocellated turkey, which to me is the most beautiful turkey. It looks almost like, I've dreamed most, what's it look like? What did I say, Jesse, earlier?
Peacock.
The peacock. Thank you. That just slipped my brain. But you can only find those in the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize. There it is. If you're watching, look how beautiful that bird is. So those are the subspecies of the wild turkey. It's amazing, and because a lot of people don't know about it. And then there's also, so with that, you have, I want to tell you little fun facts. The wild turkey can see 3 times 20/20 vision. Amazing. They can see up 270 degrees. They can see they see all colors plus more colors than humans can. And they actually can see the blue, like the UV blue on your clothes from like laundry detergent. It's crazy. They're just very fascinating creatures. I love the wild turkey. Another fact I want to tell you about. So there's different slams. If you're a hunter and you hunt wild turkeys, you'll understand this. So there's slams, and when you they're called there's Grand Slams, the Royal Slam, the World Slam, and the U.S. Super Slam. And so there's when you get the Grand Slam, and you get what it is you get all 4 U.S. species, the Eastern Osceola, Rio Grande, and Merriam. Okay, so that's what it takes to get the Grand Slam. To get a Royal Slam, you get all the 4 above, plus you get the gold one. And then the World Slam is all of the ones we just mentioned, plus the ocellated one, which the one looks like a peacock. And then you have the U.S. Super Slam, which this one is very hard to achieve. It is achievable. It's you harvest, you get one of the wild turkeys subspecies in every state except Alaska. If you watched my show last season, I had Jason Hart on here who had just accomplished that. Outstanding. Just to be able to hunt at all the different states for a wild turkey. Yeah, that's just something super cool. So, all right. And with this slams, I want to segue. This is perfect to introduce my guest. My guest is Kelly Ott. I had her on a couple weeks ago, but she's actually gotten a couple of her slams and actually in a pretty short period of time since she's been hunting. So without further ado, Kelly Ott, thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me, Heather.
Yeah. And you look nice and sunny. You just came back from the Keys.
I did. It was hard to come back.
Especially since you got snow now.
Right. Blizzard conditions this morning, not fun to come back to.
No, but dream about them turkeys because it's going to be sooner or later for you guys.
Yes, I'm super excited. Last year, my season was so long because I did go after the Grand Slam, and Mexico was earlier in the season. March and April were the two Mexico birds that I acquired last year. So my season was extra long.
That makes it nice. Yeah, we our season starts. So we actually in Florida, they've started south of State Road 70. They've already started. And then we have our youth weekend here this weekend. I'm super excited about. We're going to be guiding. My husband and I are going to be guiding some youth. And then we start the following weekend. So we're ready. I've been like practicing my turkey calls. Like, I mean, I can do it, but you just get them out. I've got my mouth read in the car. I mean, if I had my window down, someone would probably be like, what is going on here? But it's fun to do and get you excited. So last weekend we were doing a youth hunt and those turkeys were fired up. I could hear them gobbling and, we were all in a group chat. Like, did you hear the turkeys? Oh yeah. So much fun. So anyhow, let's talk a little bit about you. Let's talk about what inspired you to want to get the slams.
Well, I started in 2020. I really wanted to harvest my first turkey, and we own property in Missouri, and there are turkeys on our property, but they're just really difficult. We have Easterns here, and I won't say on the air what I nickname them because it's not a very nice word, but they're not very cooperative. They're very difficult. And they often will not respond to calls and they shy away from decoys. So they're super hard to hunt here. But I really, in 2020, I wanted to get my first bird. And I had been practicing with calls and watching YouTube videos. And my son was home from college because of COVID. And he went out that whole first week. We went out every morning and we could locate a bird, and every day it was the same thing. He absolutely would not cooperate. He'd gobble his head off in the roost. He'd come down and then he'd just go silent. And he was an old bird, so you could tell by how he sounded. And also, I've seen him a couple times, caught him on cameras. Just a really old bird. He was smart. He waited for the hens to come to him. He would not go to a call to save a life. He just wouldn't do it. And so the whole first week, I spent probably 2 or 3 hours in the morning just trying to chase this bird. And then I tried to set up a couple days where I knew he was going and just be silent. And he just outsmarted me every day. And so I'd given up, and one of my son's friends came out on that Saturday to help me. My son was graduating online at 11 o'clock that morning, so I had till 11 to hunt. And this kid came out, and he's actually a world champion owl caller, and he had the owls going crazy around us. It was so much fun. But we were watching one poor hen in my neighbor's field and 5 toms chasing her.
Oh my gosh.
And kept trying to pull one off, and it wasn't working. It wasn't working, and then all of a sudden one disappeared, and we waited. We called, and never heard anything from it. And he stood up, and we were sitting at the top of a hill at the edge of my property, but it drops off really deep. And I looked up to say something to him, and before you knew it, this turkey head just pops up right at the fence,
That's
and
how it happens.
we were blown. And I was so dejected, I guess, like I just believed in my heart, man, this is just never going to happen for me. And so I went back to the house and sulked for about 3 days and licked my wounds. And then I decided the Wednesday of that next week, second week of season, that this is ridiculous. If I want to do it, I just need to go out and do it. Sitting in the house isn't going to get it. So I went out and I started towards where that old bird was, and I decided, I'm not going to waste my time with him. I'm going to walk to the west side of the property, do a couple calls, see if I can even locate anything. And as soon as I got to where I stopped and did a quick call, boom, gobble right there. And he couldn't have been 20 yards. So I sat down real quick and just waited. And sure enough, this big bird just, very cautiously, very quietly,
Mhm.
sneaking closer and closer. And I could see him through a cedar tree. And I was just waiting for him to get out into the open to get a shot. And you learn with turkey hunting, patience is the key, because the minute you lower that shotgun or you think it's not going to happen, they're right there.
Yep. I agree.
So yeah, so he came out and presented himself, and I dropped him, and it was my first turkey.
Oh
And
my
I was
gosh.
hooked. And that's
That's
him. He
awesome.
was
Oh my
beautiful.
gosh, look at him. He is gorgeous.
He weighed, I can't remember exactly how much he weighed, but I think he was like 23 pounds, and I think his beard was
Wow.
11 inches.
Oh, that's
His spurs were
a big beard.
size as well. But yeah, I was super
Awesome.
excited. The fact that I had all this help, and I had amazing help. I mean, people were just so gracious about, it's cool that you want to do this. Let's teach you this, and let's teach you that. And to go out and to do it on my own was all that more beautiful for me. And then I was
Agree.
hooked, and I wanted to do it. That was in
Awesome.
2020. 2021, I got my Grand Slam. And then in 2024, I got my Royal Slam and my World Slam.
So before we get into those stories, because I want to hear all about that, let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, I want to hear about those slams. Definitely. All right, y'all, stay tuned.
Paris Family Chiropractic understands after a long day in the woods, tracking and hunting, your back might be crying out louder than a call to the wild. Paris Family Chiropractic specializes in back, neck, and shoulder pain relief, carpal tunnel, disc injury treatment, headaches and migraines, sciatica treatment, and so much more. Get back to your prime hunting form. Visit ParisFamilyChiro.com and schedule your appointment today. Paris Family Chiropractic, Vero Beach.
Create your island paradise at Sunshine Furniture during our winter sale event. Save 50% on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington, including the newest collection, Key Biscayne. Living room, dining room, occasional chairs, office, and media furniture with sophisticated design and a mix of coastal and Caribbean style. All Tommy Bahama and Lexington offer everything you need for your Florida living. We have the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Universal, Riverside, Hooker, Seawinds, Barcalounger, Best, and lots more. At Sunshine Furniture, we're the outdoor furniture experts specializing in patio sets that withstand the Florida elements, and we have a gallery of Berlin Garden and Pollywood. Come in now for the best prices of the year. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Don't miss the 50% off winter sale on Tommy Bahama and Lexington going on now. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and visit our outlet store directly across the street.
Experience the magic of Hollywood's golden age. Riverside Theater presents Singin' in the Rain.
Good morning.
Filled with every memorable moment from the classic 50s film and a downpour of unforgettable songs.
Singing in the rain.
The greatest movie musical of all time is splashing onto the stage at the beautiful Riverside Theater. Singin' in the Rain is now playing, and you can get your best seats now at the box office or online at riversidetheater.com.
Welcome back to Huntin' with Heather, where we've been talking turkey with Kelly Ott. So Kelly, when we broke for the show, but broke for break, we were talking about your slams. Let's talk about, so you got the Grand Slam and the Royal Slam.
I did. So I didn't initially set out to do that. It just kind of happened. A friend of mine in California said, "You want to come out and turkey hunt?" She had never shot a turkey with a shotgun. She's amazing. Shout out to Jan Perry. She's amazing. Does mostly archery. And so I went out to California and was fortunate enough to get my Marion and my Rio on that trip.
Oh,
And
outstanding.
already my Eastern, I was like, well, I just need to go to Florida. So I did it all in one season.
Nice. Awesome. Now, you came down to, where'd you come down here in Florida? Where'd you go? What, do you remember? Was it?
It was, I want to say around Seabreeze.
Sebring?
Yeah.
Sebring.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not too far from where I live. Yeah. You're close to Lake Okeechobee. There's all that. You're in the heart of the Osceolas right there. For sure. Awesome. And then where did you do?
Fun.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. It was fun, but it was different. It was, different being in Florida and the sand, which makes the ground softer, and then the dried palm leaves, which you wouldn't think would create a lot of noise. They do.
Mm-hmm. They do. Yeah, we hunt. Go ahead.
In the roost, it's really hard to tell which direction they're coming from.
Yeah. So sometimes we'll sit up against a tree, but we use blinds a lot here. I like using the blind when I'm hunting the turkey. But we will run it and gun it too if we need to. But yeah, once they're very loud in the tree, and then once they hit the ground, they pretty much are quiet. So that's
Right.
So where did you get your oscillated? Where did you get yours at when you did your Royal Slam?
The oscillated, I was in the Yucatan for that. And when they say jungle, they mean jungle. And then the Gould, I was also in Mexico for the Gould. I was in more of the Swarm Mountains for that. And that bird was huge. Look how big that thing is.
They are big. They're so
I couldn't
beautiful.
hardly carry that one.
Yeah, they're look at that. Outstanding. That's if you're listening to this, we've got pictures up of the turkey, so you have to go watch it. You can find it on YouTube. Go watch it on YouTube. These birds are absolutely beautiful, and I just love them.
I'm laying next to my harvest to compare size, but can you imagine? I mean, that turkey's as big as I am.
Yeah. I've got a picture of my son when he was like, I think he got his first one. He was like 11 or something. And he's carrying this thing, and it's like all the way, we took a picture of him walking away, and it's like all the way almost down to his feet. And our turkeys, they're a little smaller here. They're not as big as like those big old turkeys over there. So, but I do want to touch base because I really want to talk about your chief mount that you make with turkey feathers. Because I told you, I was like, I'm going to get a turkey. Look at, y'all, you got it. Now you got to go watch the YouTube video. This mount that she makes with the chief, like it's a chief head with the feathers, is outstanding. Kelly, like that is beautiful work right there.
And if you look closely, you'll see it has the beard is hanging behind the feather, and then
I see
the furs
it.
are also on there. And then there's a button that's attached to the top of the beard. That's a buffalo. It's a bison. So I custom make them for people. And, when we were talking before about them, if you don't have a wing, just reach out because I have a bunch of wings in my freezer. So
Oh, good. There's your information. So it's her information is on. You can like see it, but if you needed to reach out to her, it's outdoorwildwoman@gmail.com. Kelly Ott. You can find her on Facebook. I think you can find you on Instagram. But outdoorwildwoman@gmail.com. Girl, you're going to be so busy with these mounts because once they see that, it's like, it's beautiful. Like I'm definitely getting one done this year with that.
It's a lot of fun. And to display someone's harvest and see
Yeah.
the pride and the colors in those wings. People often overlook the wings. Everybody's worried about the fans and the beards and, just they go to waste. And I don't like that. There's beautiful. There's so much beauty in it.
They are beautiful. The iridescent in them, like you can just see. Like, did you know? And this is another fact I didn't know. They have anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 feathers.
Yes, I know this because if something goes wrong and I have to replace a feather, it is almost impossible to match with another bird.
Isn't that crazy? Well, we're all unique as well as the birds, right?
Sure.
So
And
no, I love it.
That too.
The what?
When you're hunting the birds, you see that too. They're all different.
Oh
They
yeah,
each have
they
their own
are.
personality, their own style, and the sounds are different. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
There's
they
nothing
are amazing. The hens sound
going out
different.
listening.
Yeah, the gobblers sound different. You can tell a difference between a Jake and a a Tom. And once you learn them, you can hear that half gobble. You're like, oh, that's a Jake, and then you can hear that real deep gobble, and that's the good that big old Tom that. So yeah, they're quite fascinating, and I just get so excited about them.
I do too. You were talking about it being one of your favorites. It's one of my favorites as well. I do other hunting, but there's something about chasing that turkey and interacting with it. You're actually interacting with that animal to say, hey, come to me.
Yep.
You're pulling them away from their traditional patterns. The hens go to the toms, not the other way around. So if you can trick that bird and get them to come to you, it's just a whole different skill level.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's so challenging, but it's so rewarding. And I always tell people it is the dumbest, smartest bird that you will hate to love hunting.
Yeah, no, I agree. They have like a brain the size of a pea. It's insane, but they are so smart too, like you said, the dumbest, smartest bird, and man, they'll get you. They will get you. That's why I think it's just one of those things that's so much fun to hunt, and So.
And when you have someone to go with you and
Oh,
hunt,
yeah.
like those birds there are in Maine. And I have to tell you, Maine is probably my all-time favorite place to go hunting turkey, mainly because my friend Julie and I just have a blast. You go
Yeah.
out and chase those turkeys. And then here in Missouri, my good friend Gary and I chase birds here. And it's just like that bird was spring last year. And Gary and I spent all of opening morning.
Oh, wow.
We're walking in the
Beautiful.
woods.
Look at that double beard. Double beard.
We're walking in the woods, and two toms come running up alongside of us in the field because we were calling a walking, and we spent all morning just listening to them all around us and enjoying it. And then when we finally sat down to break and take a nap is when that bird with the double beard decided to present himself, and I was in the fetal position on my side sleeping.
Even better.
There's a bird, And I rolled over on my left side and tried to shoot laying on my side, decided I need to sit up. And
That's how it happens. Well, Kelly, good luck this season. We're going to have to wrap up the show, but good luck this season. And I can't wait to see what you've harvested. And good luck to all my fellow hunters out there coming up. Love y'all. Go get outdoors.
thank you, Heather.